Beautiful sunrise in North Texas. It's a shame it's going to be 107 degrees today. Trying to get an early start on the day. We got a little painting to do on the gas tank, and got a couple of cows that are limping that I probably need to dart this morning, and we'll see where the day takes us from there, but can't do a whole lot in this kind of weather. Okay, well, we're back at it. So this is the small pasture where earlier this year we put out the Bahia Tif seeds, if you will. And, you know, we fertilized it. We just did a little experiment on the Jeep to see, would it make a difference in what we did? So if you remember, we basically kind of box bladed the area, drug a harrow over it, broke up the grass a little bit, and then we came out and broadcast the seed. We did fertilize it, per the Texas A&M soil sample, and then that was it. But really, we should have put pH out. We should have weed killed. But you know what? My little inexpensive experiment here is actually doing pretty good. Bear with me 1 second. I got to make a maneuver. But the problem we have, of course, is the goat weeds, which I'm in the process of getting my applicator's license. I'm about 2/3 of the way done with the training. Then hopefully I can test later this month, and we can get on with having my applicator license, and next year we'll knock out these goat weeds, and I'm so looking forward to that. So anyway, that's what's on deck. But you know, for the most part, yes, we're 17 days into a 100-degree streak, and I'm talking 103, 104, 107. It's been brutal. Today is supposed to be 107. It's 9 o'clock this morning, so I'm trying to get this shredding done this morning before it gets too hot, because even in those temps, the AC in this tractor just can't keep up. There's just too much glass. So anyway, we're knocking out this, but for the most part, I've been somewhat happy. We did get a lot of spring rain compared to last year, so that's a blessing. But yeah, things are starting to turn brown. We could definitely use some rain, but positive note, we're more than halfway through August here, or close to being halfway through August, I should say. So maybe we'll make it. All right, so that's what's on deck today. We are doing a little shredding, and then also at the same time, my wife is painting on the gas tank, putting some primer on it, so making a little progress. Good morning, Heritage Farms. Hey, here we are. It's bright and early Sunday morning. Just trying to make things happen. I mean, it's just been overwhelming this year between work and travel and just the things that need to be done at the farm. And when you get the opportunity to work at the farm and it's 107 degrees, it just kind of sucks the life out of you. So you do the best you can. Yesterday we shredded up until noon. Then it just got too hot inside of the tractor, and honestly, after 3 or 4 hours of shredding, you need to get off and take a break. It's just when you get tired and hot, that's when you make mistakes and you're not on top of your game. So it's better to work in blocks of time, if you will, as opposed to trying to do it all in one day. So this morning at 6 o'clock, I'm up and at it. I was shredding with the lights on, and it's nice this morning. Well, I wouldn't say it's nice. It's 84 degrees and high humidity. At least the wind's not really blowing, so it doesn't feel like a blast furnace. It just feels hot. Today's another 107 degree day, but the good news is we got some 90s coming up here in Telephone. I think in Dallas it's still going to be in the hundreds, but getting a little bit of a break, if you will. Maybe the end is in sight. We're almost to the middle of August, and I don't know if you guys haven't noticed, I hate the month of August. My goal in life is to leave Texas during the month of August. Love Texas, don't get me wrong, just not in the month of August. All right, more to follow. Mrs. H is going to put another coat of paint on the gas tank. She's doing a phenomenal job on the gas tank project. We're keeping that moving along, and that's going to be pretty much it for today. Okay, well, Mrs. H did a phenomenal job on putting primer on the tank. Why don't you check that out, man? So just to recap, what did we do on this? Well, the first thing we did on the outside was we power washed it. Then after we power washed it, we came back and we hit it with Super Clean. The good folks over at Super Clean sent us some stuff. So we put that on there, we degreased the entire tank. After we did that, we took a wire brush on a drill and ran over it a lot to knock some of the major surface rust off. After that, we took a DeWalt palm sander with some 80 grit sandpaper and we sanded the entire tank. What did we do after that? Well, after that, we applied OSFO and we sealed all of the rust that was on the surface. If there was much left, we pretty much had it down to bare metal, but we put 2 coats of OSFO. Then we came back and now we have been using the Rust-Oleum Rusty Metal Primer, and we did that. Awesome, so let's go over here and look at the tank stand. So if you remember on the tank stand, we had some bent supports, so I had to take them off. We put some new supports down here at the bottom. We used some gate track that we had left over, which is really heavy duty, reinforced. Looks pretty good on there. Once again, it's about using what you have and not spending any money. We also came and we added a horizontal support right where the X's met in the middle, because there was a little wiggle. Now, of course, when you get the tank on there, it's gonna really firm the stand up quite a bit. But there you go. So what is the next step? Well, the next step is we got to drain out the vinegar that's been in there for basically a month now. We keep rolling this tank around, letting the vinegar sit in a different spot. Hopefully it's neutralizing any rust or problems inside of the tank. So we got to flush that out and see what that looks like. If it's clean, we're pretty much done on the inside. If it's dirty, we'll probably go through another round of vinegar treatment with maybe a final power washing, and then that'll be it. All right, so then at that point, I think what we're gonna do is paint the bottom of the tank red and then go ahead and set it up there, because once, I don't know, I need your opinions, guys. Do I paint the tank while it's sitting on the ground and then put it on the stand, or do I put the tank on the stand and then paint it? If I do that, then I'm gonna have to paint around the base, which is a little time consuming. Got to be a little more careful not to get red drops on the silver stand. I don't know, I think I'll paint it on the ground. Let me know your thoughts on that. But anyway, I digress. All right, so this is a wrap for the weekend. I'm ready to head back to the corporate offices. Great afternoon, gonna have dinner today with my daughter, her husband, and my mom, celebrating my daughter's going back to school. This is her 5th year as an elementary school teacher. So proud of her. Wish my other daughter could be here as well. Unfortunately, she's off in residency and medical school, working her rear end off, but it's going to pay huge dividends. All in all, I'm just a blessed guy. Hey, as always, glory be to God. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week.